Hi, my name is Tim, and I'm a barbell addict. If you follow the channel, you know this. But what you may not know is that barbell addiction often leads to other addictions. And that's what we need to talk about today. Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel, everybody. My name is Tim, and I am the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com. And happy Friday, everybody. It is time for another Fast Friday where I give you just a little morsel of home gym goodness to last you through the weekend. Nothing too long, nothing involved, but something good and tasty. And today, I want to talk about barbell collars because like I said in the intro, my addiction to barbells and looking for the perfect one for my gym and my purposes has led me to really search for the perfect barbell collar. And I think when I look around the gym of all the stuff that I've owned over the years that I've built home gyms, I probably owned more different sets of barbell collars than anything else. And it's weird because as many sets as I've tried, I've never really found the perfect pair.
It's perfect!
But I'm here to share another pair with you today so that if you're out there looking for the perfect barbell collar, maybe these will work for you. But let me just take you real quickly through all of the collars that are in my gym right now. Of course, I've got some spring collars, the traditional clips that you see. Those will work for you. I'm not a big fan. I actually use those to hold up my barbell when I do barbell maintenance. They work really great. You put them on the sleeve, you use the little handles to hold the barbell up. It's a great trick, but that's about all that I use them for. In my search for barbell collars, the very first barbell collars, and this is actually an over 10-year-old set of LockJaws. Now, I love LockJaws, and these were a set that I actually used to bring to commercial gyms with me. These things are not your typical knockoffs like you'll see on Amazon. They're made of a glass composite that just is so durable. These things are great, they hold great. The issue with these is that there's been some advances in barbell collars. Number one, they're really thick. So when you're looking at machines or you're looking at specialty bars which have shorter sleeves, this takes up a ton of room and they become unusable at that point. They also aren't magnetic, something that happened, I'm not sure when that happened, but they started putting magnets in collars. So I really like that. That not only allows you to put the collar on and it sticks to your plate, so it snugs it up really nicely. So if you're doing things one-handed, that works great, but it also allows you to stick the thing on your rack so you can actually store the collar where your bar is. So I do like that. And this doesn't have either of those. I still use these occasionally, but they're not my favorite. So what I decided to start doing was the first real nice pair of collars I got, and this is always a comment that I get on these videos, is that you should just use OSO collars. So I bought these OSO collars from Fringeport back when OSO was its own company before Rogue bought them. Now Rogue owns OSO and they make a ton of different barbell collars that you can buy from Rogue. They're kind of expensive. The Rogue collars that have a magnet in them start at $65. They've also got some that are closer to $70. They're also this thick. So this is 1.5 inches thick. Now this is definitely better than the LockJaws, but it's still, I wouldn't call it thin. So I kept on the search for collars that were a little bit thinner, magnetic, held well. So I ended up with collars like this. You'll see these around a lot. Now this is a set from ATX. This actually, if you're looking for these and you don't mind them not being magnetic, this is probably the best holding set of collars that I've tried. So when ATX actually makes things available in the US, this is a great option. However, this is by Bells of Steel. These are actually just a white labeled collar. You'll see these as for sale from lots of people. These are nice and thin. I like these a lot. These are 1 inch thick. They're magnetic, so they'll actually, oops. They're magnetic, so they'll, oh, that's stainless steel. These I really like because they're like 1 inch thick, they're magnetic, so they stick to metal. So these are nice. So I like the fact that you can snug them up to the plates. They're thin. The problem with these is that they don't hold real well. So if you're just doing typical bench press, squat, deadlifts without dropping the bar, these will work great. But I have noticed that if you drop the bar, these will start to wiggle their way off. So still on the search for the perfect pair of collars. So that brings me to what I want to show you today, which is a new set of LockJaws. These are called LockJaw Flexes, and I actually really like these. So these are just a shade over 1 inch thick. They're still a touch thicker than I'd like, but I think for the grip that they have, one of the things that LockJaw prides themselves on is that these hold really, really well. And they do. These things are not moving. You can put these on and drop your bar as much as you want. These things are not moving. They hold extraordinarily well. They're pretty slick looking. They come in 4 different colors. They come in this, I believe, blue, gray, and black. I'll put a link to these on Amazon down below in case you want to pick up a pair. That always helps out the channel when you do that stuff and get you a nice pair of collars. So these are the collars that I use every day, and these are magnetic. So there's 2 things though that I just want to point out that make these not perfect. Number 1, they're not green. So I just want a pair of green collars, and I know there's some green OSOs, but they're not the magnetic ones. I know I'm being picky, but again, I have a problem, like I said in the beginning, so I want it to be perfect. But the other real problem with this is magnetic, but I don't know what they were thinking. The magnet's actually right here. So that causes a couple of problems. Number 1, the idea of magnets being able to snug your collar up to the plate it doesn't work with this. So you lose that function of magnets. It's one of the main reasons you put magnets in here. The other thing is being that it's on the side instead of here. When they're here, they stick pretty well. When they're here, I come in, they've fallen off. Like they don't, there you go. So they do that, right? So I'm not a big fan of that. Now, there is a solution. You simply hang them up from up top there, and they work great. And that's where they live on my rack, is they live right up here, and I use them every day. I really like them. They're thin. They're half magnetic. They hold really well. They're not super expensive. I think they're like 59 bucks a pair on Amazon. You can definitely get them on sale here and there. But yeah, so I figured I'd share these with you. These are my collars of choice right now. If anybody out there knows of a set of collars that has everything I'm looking for, an inch thick, metal preferably, magnets in the side, hold really, really well, not super expensive. I know there's some out there that are $80, $90, $100 for collars. I'm not looking to spend that much on collars. But if you know everything like that, let me know, because I do have a problem, and collars are an even bigger problem than barbells because they're not that expensive, right? It's one thing to pull the trigger on a bunch of $300 to $500 to $800 barbells, but not so big of a deal. So let me know if you have any suggestions out there. But outside of that, you guys get out there and enjoy your weekend. I appreciate you watching another Fast Friday video. And until the next one, I'm Tim with GymCrafter.